Durk and his OTF affiliates, man, they went to court today, and court didn't go the way that people expected. I mean, we called it kind of this morning. Check out the Reloaded page, but he did get a win, and the win that y'all ain't even looking at. Let's go. So before we get all this stuff started, I wanted to shout out Mel, because she is dope as hell. So if y'all want to, man, give her a follow. Young Mel right here. Or if for y'all TikTokers and everything, I'm not a lawyer, but I know y'all seen her stuff pop up on many of people's stuff, man. So, shout out to the homie. You feel me? But she was in the courtroom today, and boy, we finna get into it. On a 10-minute break from Durk's hearing this morning, judges made a few rulings. Motion to recuse / disqualify, denied. There is no basis for recusal. Motion to dismiss for vagueness, denied. Motion for bill of particulars taking under advisement, giving everyone time to and submit additional responses by Friday, and then we'll rule. Motion that a bill of particulars is rarely requested and rarely granted. Motion to dismiss count 4 from Asa Houston taken under advisement before Houston's attorney spoke. Judge said, "Let me congratulate you on your reply. I enjoy reading it. I haven't read the full motion, but it sounds like the heart of it is that stalking resulted in death is not a crime of violence. Johnson level force. I'm looking forward to reading it." She's saying that for herself as well. Yeah, you and me both. Also on the motion to recuse / disqualify, judge said there are two issues. Recusal, which was again denied. If the government actions of not telling the defendants about the threat warrants relief, that's to be determined and will take up at another time. 404B evidence, and this is the one where I said, I don't think he's going to deny this right now. He might, but he's going to get rid of some stuff. 404B evidence will be addressed at a later hearing. Just said will be addressed at next hearing. Needs more time to review. Government says they expect their case to take 3 to 4 weeks as opposed to 2 weeks, as they've been saying, which means they're about to have a bunch of people coming through. And I don't even think it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks. Honestly, about 2.5. There may be motion for continuance delay, which will be granted. So we're not going to get, we'll get into that later on. For multiple defendants, but seems like Durk may oppose, but don't quote me. Additional tidbits. Durk seemed noticeably thinner with short black hair, no dreads. He was talking and laughing a lot with other co-defendants. Durk, Houston, Wilson, Lindsay were all present. Oh, an anonymous jury. Both sides argued. Judges taken under submission and will make ruling. Noted that an anonymous jury is only done in rare circumstances. Government says no names or employee names should be known to attorneys or defendants. Defense want all info. Jencks material requests for witness statements to be turned over 45 days before trial, denied, which is kind of crazy, but I get it because they already just said, basically, the government is saying, yo, these cats is dangerous. We think by giving them all this stuff, people are going to be in mass danger and all this other shit. But I'm going to keep on saying this. If your case is good enough, it shouldn't matter what the hell the defense has. The prosecution is supposed to be that good. If I say you did this and I can charge you and hold you basically against your will and against everything else, bruh, it don't matter what you know. My case is that good. But judge told prosecutors to get things done as soon as you can. If defense feels like they're dragging their feet, they can raise this issue again. Lastly, got a nice compliment on my coverage of Durk's case and other cases I've done. Said it was balanced to show both sides, which I appreciated. And I don't know if y'all can see my reply, but I'm always hype my people up. So shout out to Mel, because she is the dopest in her family. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
So basically what the judge is talking about, because everybody's looking at Asa Houston's charge, the count 4, right? 18 U.S.C. 924C, using, carrying, or possessing a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence. Basically, 18 U.S.C. 18 U.S.C. 1958A, travel or use of interstate commerce facilities with intent to commit murder for hire and or the 18 U.S.C. 2261A2, stalking and resulting in death. The government is saying these crimes, whatever the hell. Anyways, so that's what that is. Because if that gets dismissed, you're looking at sentencing. Mandatory guidelines for count 4, the stalking and stuff would be between 5 to 15 years. Some of them say 18, but actually, no, it's 5 to 10. 5 to 10, not 18. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, so you have that. Then you have them looking at the bill of particulars and they're going, well, let's argue about this. Was it a shot in the dark? Yeah, but I think what Drew's going to do, what I'm talking about what shot in the dark is, basically getting rid of the judge for the threats and the violence and all of that stuff, because I felt like the judge wasn't going to do it anyways. Drew was just giving them the plate of food saying, you can eat this right here because they've been playing with your judge. They're playing with your top. So I think Drew is going to appeal it to another court, to a higher court, pardon me. and they'll decide there. Because at the end of the day, there's no way that judge is going to dismiss that anyways. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper because I told y'all there was a win, right? There's something that popped up that I didn't report. Well, I didn't report. I didn't react to exactly now, but we're going to do it now. And then I'll give you the whole spiel of, is it good or is it bad? Because right now it looks bad. In Chambers order by Judge J. Michael Seabright as to defendant Durk Banks, the court notes that defendant Durk Banks has not filed an optional statement due on November 14, 2025 regarding the court's inclination as to his motion to dismiss and disqualify based on unlawful designation of Bilal Esley as United States Attorney, motion to disqualify ECF number 228, CECF number 284, minus providing court's inclination and allowing defendant Banks to file a statement by November 14, 2025. Nevertheless, the court will continue to stay consideration of defendant Banks' motion to disqualify pending a ruling by the court on a motion for reconsideration filed in United States versus Ramirez case number 525 CR 264 SS United States versus Garcia, same thing, case number, whatever they got right there, United States versus Rojas. So there is no PDF document associated with this entry. DD text only entry entered 11/17/2025.
What's going on? It's that time of year again where Answer the Bell, feed the community. So that's right. Answer the Bell is teaming up this year with Denny Nago to present Nago in Need, where we're going out to Star Park, we're feeding the whole entire community, we're giving free haircuts, free hairstyles, and having giveaways. That means TVs, tablets, you name it, we have it. Bounce house entertainment and tailgating, so you can come out there and watch the game. So Answer the Bell is teaming up with Denny Nago for Nago in Need. It's going to be a great time. And we have a special guest there, Ceddy Nash. He's going to be there helping give out them birds, helping them feed the community. Hey, if you're not there, I don't know where you're going to be at. And if you want to donate, you want to come out and participate, give out things for free, give out free haircuts and hairstyles, hit me up in my DMs. Peace.
So if it goes through, it goes through. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that basically lets you know that Ramirez and Rojas and the other person, basically, they're still going through trying to figure out how to get their case thrown off as well, because it is similar to Durk's with Bilal Esley's point of things, right? All in all, was this a loss or a win for Durk? To win off a technicality on a murder for hire trial by the feds is going to be beyond difficult. So a couple of things. There's going to be an appeal to a higher court for sure. I don't see how that doesn't happen. But also, and here's the biggest thing, they're going to get something. We're going to leave here with something. Well, I'm going to leave here with something. You know, Denzel Washington voice ass shit. But in all candor, cool. I mean, it was always a shot. It was always a chance. But that doesn't mean it still can't happen. Just because this judge decided to say, I'm not going to take the advice basically from a lawyer to say I should be thrown off of this, doesn't mean that it's gone. So we shall wait, we shall see. But all in all, you're there in court because that motion 4 drops stuff down and you probably will get deals. Probably, like, you know, yeah, go ahead. Just beam me up for 35 years. Beam me up for 40 years. I'm 30. I'll get out when I'm 70. Maybe good behavior and all this crap. I'll get out when I'm 60. I'll still have a chance to visit my grandkids if they have kids and all this stuff. And still some type of semblance of life, if you will. Now, what would that mean for Durk? Durk probably getting looked at like, hey, you take this to trial, bro. Listen, youngin, you're looking at life. But we'll give you a deal. If you sign for 20, let's make it 15. Put your role in this. You want to sign over that? You get out in probably like 13 and a half. Good behavior and all of this stuff and everything. Maybe RDAP program and everything. You probably do 12 and some change. 11 high, like 11 years, 9 months. Do y'all think that would be worth it? Because if this motion 4, if this count 4 gets dropped, that's going to be a hell of a thing to say. They went through the page. It's 20 freaking pages. And I ain't going to hold you. May happen. May not happen. But for a judge to be like, yo, I'm looking forward to reading this. It smells good. But do I ultimately think it gets dropped? Hell nah. No, I don't. I think the feds right now are in them law library books and looking at this stuff at every angle and all of this stuff. Let's understand. The feds lawyers are actually good. Like, I don't want anybody to believe that they're not. But there was one comment that stuck out to me yesterday, and I thought it was a terrible way of manipulation by the feds on the part of the people. And what I mean is this. There's somebody saying, oh, Ceddy Nash, give it up, bro. He's done. I responded, all right, so why drop the first superseding indictment and basically create a second one? The second superseding indictment is a whole nother indictment with elements of the first. Why do we have to get rid of stuff? Why is it that basically they had to admit, yo, our witness actually changed the story. Durk had planned it, but nobody actually got paid. You know, in the first indictment, too, they admitted a fan-edited freaking video and try to act like Lil Durk did it. We do know that, right? We do know without context saying that I hate all snitches and all of this stuff and everything, you know, that doesn't look good for the feds, too. Ask why would you use those 3 things in order to get a murder for hire in the Fed? It's only fair because of commerce, because they travel state to state. Other than that, it would be a state case. And I don't think Lil Durk would have been added in that. But neither here nor there. Just curious, when y'all say these things, right, I want you to look at what the feds did and then ask yourself if it was somebody that was, I don't know, a friend of yours. Let's just say it was a friend of yours. And you had to sit back, you had to watch the feds make up a new freaking indictment, bring up a song that was made 7 months prior that had a fan edit. That's what actually triggered them to even bring it in, because they put the fan edit part in there. I do want y'all to know they actually put the no stuff in there. That's how they made the connection to him saying, no. You see what I'm saying? That's where the connection came from a fan edit on freaking Twitter. Not from no heavy ass lifting that they done. So I'm just sorry about that. I'm just curious. What the hell? But all in all, it's a win for the feds. It's a win for the feds. Nothing happened. Everything still goes, but they're going to depend on police. They're going to depend on statements from witnesses. They're going to depend on a whole bevy of things. But I tell you what, I ain't really worried about it if I'm Lil Durk. Because going off of coded language, yeah, all right. But anyways, y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Share to keep your people aware. Subscribe, turn the bell to notify, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. I normally record off of something else. That's why this looks insanely different. I forgot to switch it out, but it is what it is. We'll still get the job done. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. Click right here to see what the hell we were talking about yesterday, which pertained to Lil Durk. So don't worry about clicking right here. Click right here for the playlist to get through your day. We will be having another video drop soon, and I think y'all already want to know, well, already are going to know what it's about. Other than that, I will catch y'all in the next one.